Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great story, DA. Thanks. Well, Greg, neither of these clubs playing very well right now. Two teams that desperately need a win.
Tonight is huge for these two, and a winnable game on the schedule for either side. So whoever wins tonight will feel a lot better about themselves.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Jackson and Turner man the post positions. Halliburton is out there with Hield, and it's Duarte in at the three. And for the Thunder, we'll see Dort and Baisley playing it forward. Josh Giddey is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Holmgren in at the center position. You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit to the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Outside, Dort, and that's an intentional foul. Doris, in your opinion, how does Luke Dort stack up with the best undrafted players in the league?
Well, I think, Kevin, when you think undrafted, the first guys that come to mind are Fred VanVleet, who's now an NBA champion, Christian Wood, Seth Curry, who's proven to be such a capable shooter. Those three are clearly, to me, the best undrafted players that come immediately to mind. But Luke Dort, I'll tell you, has carved out one heck of a career. This guy is a lockdown defender, and he can now make open threes.
Now, here is Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Hield. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
Buddy Hield has made his money as a jump shooter. That's what you call a dead-eye sharpshooter, folks.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Holmgren. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Halliburton after the made shot from Chet Holmgren. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good from 17 feet away.
Well, because he's a three-level scorer, anywhere he is on the floor, Halliburton capable of creating jumpers.
Charity stripe shot. Here's Holmgren. Head shot off. So Indiana will take it the other way. Halliburton in the corner. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here he goes, and Halliburton slams it in.
Yeah, that's Halliburton's handle, getting by defenders to the spot and then finish with authority.
Halliburton with the steal. To the paint, here's Hield. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pacers lead by 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder Youth Dance League.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
They've got Holmgren, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Luke Dort. And it's Robinson Earl in at the 4. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Well, Tyrese Halliburton has demonstrated terrific improvement running the offense, especially with how he moves the basketball.
And the Thunder with possession. They trail by 6.
You know, most NBA first-round picks are one-and-done guys. But Chris Duarte took a different path starting his collegiate career in junior college.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Thunder are trying to build something that will last. The front office says you stick to your principles, your values, and you think long term. We're focused on building a sustainably great team. We continue to be forward-facing in that respect. Kevin, back to you.
It's a good philosophy, and they're not looking for any shortcuts, which is admirable. David, thanks. And the Thunder making a switch here. Hands checked in. And Greg, when Chris Duarte got drafted in 2021, he was 24 years old.
How about that, Kevin? The oldest first-round pick in almost 20 years. Duarte showed maturity during his first year. Great defense. Not someone you have to spend a ton of time developing.
Baisley's checked in for the Thunder.
Now into the lineup for your Thunder, Darius Baisley.
And here now the Thunder. 6-point game. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one off turn. But it will for Oklahoma City. Favors comes in for Holmgren. And it's Pokusevski in for Dort.
Alexei Pokusevski.
Here's man. And the rejection by Jackson. Pass to Halliburton. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Tyrese Halliburton has already proven to be a very capable three-level scorer. What a fun player to watch.
The Thunder with another miss.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Releases. And again, it's Indiana.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score, lock in on the moment, and play the right way.
Coming onto the floor for your Thunder, Kenrich Williams.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's man. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Pacers leading. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. And trying as they might, they couldn't push them. And that's going to do it for us.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Jackson and Turner man the post position. Hield is out there with Halliburton. And it's Duarte in at the 3. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Bucket is good.
Well, this guy's a team-first guy. If you're open and Baisley can put it on time and on target, he is more than willing.
Pacers leading by 10.
Guys, you think about this Indiana Pacers proud organization. They have not been to a conference finals since 2014. And consider when they did get into the playoffs, they were bounced in the first round several times.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And for this Pacers franchise, Doris, they took a step backwards last season.
Kevin, there's no doubt about it. Their worst record in over 30 years. But you know what? I really like what they did. They shuffled the deck player-wise. They brought in a new head coach. Sometimes you have to take that step backward to go 2 steps forward.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So we'll see Tyrese Halliburton go to the line here.
Shooting for Indiana.
And one on Gilgeous-Alexander. Indiana shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And that one misses.
I think when you begin talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, the first name you have to bring up, obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a guy who can lead an organization, both with his skill set and his leadership abilities.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. A different look for Oklahoma City. Derek Favors checked in for Holmgren. And Wiggins is subbed in for Josh Giddey.
Aaron Wiggins.
Here's man, covered by Hield. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Halliburton. That one drops for him. Halliburton's got the lead up to 14 now for the Pacers.
Tyrese Halliburton has it cooking, guys. He's created good offensive momentum, and he's keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. I'll look at the field goal percentage.
20. Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. We'll see Dort and Baisley playing it forward. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Wiggins, and it's Favors in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's Halliburton. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
Tyrese Halliburton, that thin frame didn't matter a lick. Brushes off the contact. Love the grittiness there.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Holmgren, he's checked in for the Thunder. Josh Giddey comes in for Wiggins. Thunder trailing by 13, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
Looking to get back on track here. And the rejection by Jackson. Halliburton outside. Here's the 3. It's deflected.
My goodness, Josh Giddey using every bit of that frame to send that one back.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Indiana.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Tyrese Halliburton.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Halliburton against Gilgeous-Alexander. And Halliburton slams it in.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game, making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Lets it go. Hands the shot from the wing.
Tyrese Halliburton.
And the Pacers lead by 15.
Yeah, this play is about the effort level of Tyrese Halliburton running the floor to get that break.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Giddey. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win.
That's the end of the
and
game.
in the win, a comfortable win in what was a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time